Hi, I'm Stevie C in the place to be, and it's still freezing in the office, so I've got my overalls on this time. The thermometer says it's actually about 7 or 8 degrees C, but you know what I mean. In this video, I'm going to be assembling another of BigCliveDotCom's Gallium PCBs with flashing red LEDs in support of hashtag WeMakeEvents, a campaign highlighting the need of support for live events workers across the UK and beyond. So the project is just 54 of these LEDs with a 470 ohm resistor housed in a 6x4 and powered from a USB power supply. These LEDs are direct from China and they appear to have a faster flash rate than the ones I used in the old firm Gallium PCB. I'll be using my component lead forming tool, which has just arrived from France, and I'll be using my slab of blue tack to hold the components steady as I solder them. No expensive component frame for me. So first of all, I'm going to cut the resistors out of the bandolier and form the leads with the component forming tool. So this is where I normally subject you to some music I've composed in GarageBand, but I'd like to draw your attention to something else. Hashtag WeMakeEvents, the title of this video. As you either know or have guessed, I'm involved in live events, theatre, concerts, bands, DJs, raves, conferences, etc. I also carry out services such as pat testing and repairs for production companies and events individuals. Being in work meant I was also able to volunteer my services for charity and non-profit events, youth group discos and stuff like that. When the COVID-19 lockdown hit, I became unemployed. I started making these videos to fill the time, having always wanted to make YouTube videos, and if I wasn't going to do it during lockdown, I probably never would. Now, although some lockdown restrictions have been lifted, we are not allowed to work. Wedding discos are not allowed, raves are not allowed, bands are not allowed, panto and theatre is not allowed, karaoke is not allowed, community events are not allowed. You get the idea. At the time of publishing my hashtag Light It in Red video, the government had just unveiled a 1.57 billion fund to support theatres. While this was welcome, it doesn't help the supply companies, workers or freelancers in any way whatsoever. What we need is government support to survive the COVID-19 crisis. We need extended furlough. We need guaranteed universal credit without unfair conditions that we've seen too many times before until we are back at 100% working capacity. We need support for businesses who still have rent and bills to pay but are banned from working. Our industry is responsible for about 100 billion in annual revenue according to the government themselves, but they've not provided any meaningful support to us as of yet. I've already seen people lose their livelihoods. I've already seen businesses close for good. This cannot be allowed to continue. So as I said, we bring about 100 billion into the UK economy every year. An important thing to remember is that without live events being allowed, any associated businesses will also be affected. These codependent businesses include hotels, eateries, bars, clubs, travel, haulage, broadcasting, PR, merchandising, advertising, accounting, legal, etc. Anyway, my point is, any subsidy package would be a drop in the ocean compared to the amount we bring in. I've personally witnessed people publicly mouthing off about loony lefty, arty-farty millionaire lovies pleading poverty. Let me assure you, there's more to events staff than millionaire lovies, whatever they are. You're talking about a workforce of sound and lighting crew, technicians, musicians, DJs, tour managers, actors, designers, recording engineers, broadcast engineers, video crew, spot ops, portable appliance testers, camera ops, PA hire, lighting hire, stage hire, venue owners, equipment manufacturers, writers, directors, fly ops, stage crew, costume and props designers, makeup artists, painters, electricians, joiners, labourers, publicists, photographers, web designers, bar staff, runners, boom ops, assistant directors, location managers, front of house staff, cleaners, porters, janitors, riggers, forklift operators, scaffolders, site crew security, first aiders, teachers and instructors, chaperones, choreographers, food and drink vendors, accountants, agents, drivers, public relations, trucking and haulage, programmers, Foley artists, storage, armourers, health and safety, marquee hire, toilet hire, catering, generator hire, and I've probably missed loads out. For those that say it's not a real job, or that it's not viable, it was a real enough job when we were paying income tax, business rates, VAT and national insurance contributions. Our business is only not viable because we've been banned from working. We supported the economy and paid into the country. We didn't take public money for PPE that never arrived or for software that didn't work, and we certainly didn't swirl it away in offshore tax havens. I've had a lot of abuse from people online when politely raising the issue. I've had farmers tell me it's a disgusting waste of money. A few clicks of a mouse and you'll find that these same farmers have demanded that the taxpayer give them subsidies to prop up their businesses. A random knuckle-dragger suggested that, and I'm quoting here, all lefty theatre lovies should be lined up and shot. This same person was whining about not being able to see her favourite comedian, Jim Davidson, in a theatre of all places. I've had the usual array of death threats from people too ashamed to upload a profile picture. It begs the question, if I'm a lovey, does that make them a cunty? We've had difficulty in obtaining media coverage. If the tabloids are unable to print their scaremongering horseshit for just one day, it's an assault on freedom of speech and social media goes apeshit. Yet when hundreds of thousands are protesting peacefully about facing preventable destitution, all you hear is crickets chirping. So myself and others in my industry have been lighting up buildings, posting to social media and writing to our MPs to help shine a light on our cause, so to speak. We have a local Conservative councillor who on his website claims to have a degree in economics and claims to be, and this is a direct quote by the way, a passionate advocate for local jobs and investment. So because he's very active on social media about various issues, I thought it was a good idea to write to him and ask him to show support for us and help raise our profile. He ignored me on Instagram, he blocked me on Twitter and Facebook, various emails bounced back. So I sent snail mail recorded and signed for delivery. He or someone in his office has signed for it and has so far ignored that as well. So for someone with a degree in economics and a passion for local jobs and investment, I find it strange that he doesn't have the time to respond to a local person's concerns about their jobs or the industry as a whole. He does, however, have time to dig up tabloid scaremongering stories from years ago. Ooh, the SNP might cost you your job and your savings. They might devalue your house and poo down your chimney. As a weird side note, I was running the sound for an agricultural show a few years ago, where he got up on stage and started ranting about the SNP, brazenly telling porcupines that a basic Google search would have debunked in about 2 seconds flat. I could have cut his mic and told him to get off the stage, as he'd run over time and we had bands waiting to go on. But I thought, no, let's be professional about this. So all I want from him is the same professional courtesy in return. So let's hope my MP's more helpful. So there you have it, my Gallium PCB with flashing red LEDs for hashtag WeMakeEvents. So sorry to bore you all with my spiel, and I'm probably preaching to the choir for a lot of you, but the UK and the worldwide events industry needs support. We contribute billions to the economy and help make life worth living. We deserve support. There's links to more information in the video description text box. So as usual, if you liked this video, please hit like. If you aren't already subscribed, please do so. If you've got any suggestions for future projects or comments about this one, stick it down below. And until next time, thanks for watching.